Battle Through the Heavens Season 5 Episode 122. I never thought that within the pill realm created by a Dou Zong expert, there would be so many natural treasures. As the humble Xiao Yan, the harvest here has been plentiful. However, midway, he was attacked and robbed by a 7-star Dou Zong. Unexpectedly, under the joint sneak attack of Xiao Yan and the Earth Demon Puppet, he was beaten to the point of questioning his existence. Shortly after entering the pill realm, Xiao Yan found a rare medicinal herb called 1000-year Emperor Gold in a pit. Although precious, it didn't excite him too much. What Xiao Yan was really interested in was something deeper inside. He had heard Yao Lao say that if Emperor Gold grew beyond 100 years, then it was nourished not by the power of the earth, but by other natural treasures. Therefore, he was certain that under this pit, there must be other treasures. Having made up his mind, Xiao Yan started digging. The soft earth finally let out a low, dull thudding sound. At the bottom of the pit, a snow-white jade was exposed. Seeing this, Xiao Yan's eyes narrowed. It was Earth's core nurturing jade. Earth's core nurturing jade is a magical jade formed by the power of the earth condensed over countless years. Sitting on it during cultivation or pill refining suppresses the raging energy within the body. This effect is similar to the green lotus seed Xiao Yan obtained previously. But this Earth's core nurturing jade was even better. With a joyful expression, Xiao Yan placed his hand on it. With a grunt, he pulled the Earth's core nurturing jade out of the earth. Looking at the jade, which was about half a zhang tall, Xiao Yan couldn't help but nod in admiration. Such a large size would be extremely rare, even in the outside world. However, before Xiao Yan could rejoice, he discovered his palm was covered in viscous jade liquid. After a moment of stunned silence, Xiao Yan suddenly came to his senses. Inside this Earth's core nurturing jade, Earth's core soul marrow had actually formed. Earth's core nurturing jade is extremely difficult to form, and Earth's core soul marrow is even rarer. Xiao Yan's eyes were filled with excitement. He immediately used the glazed lotus heart flame to condense a fire blade, and with one slash, he cut the Earth's core nurturing jade in half. A jade pit the size of a head appeared in Xiao Yan's sight. The white liquid inside the jade pit made him ecstatic. It truly was Earth's core soul marrow. This substance can refine and strengthen one's soul, providing many benefits. For alchemists, it has an extremely strong appeal. Xiao Yan had heard of Earth's core soul marrow's fame a long time ago, but he had never actually encountered it. In this pill realm, he finally encountered this great fortune. With it, Xiao Yan had at least a 50% chance of advancing his soul to the next level. Perhaps with good luck, he might successfully break through to become an 8th-tier alchemist by the time he leaves the pill realm. It was entirely possible. After gradually calming his excitement, Xiao Yan carefully stored the Earth's core soul marrow inside the jade pit into a jade bottle. However, just as Xiao Yan jumped out of the pit and was about to leave, a burst of laughter suddenly sounded from behind him. Ha ha ha, little friend. All natural treasures are shared upon discovery. Taking it all for yourself is against the rules. Looking at the slowly approaching old man in yellow, Xiao Yan frowned slightly. The other man's sudden appearance didn't surprise him in the slightest. When Xiao Yan first emerged, he had already sensed this person's presence. Done hiding? I thought you were going to stay hidden. I am Huang Yi. I wonder if you've heard this name. But it doesn't matter if you haven't. Give me half of the Earth's core soul marrow, and I'll let you leave. Huang Yi was so arrogant because he sensed that Xiao Yan was only a 4-star Dou Zong, not qualified to make him, a dignified 7-star Dou Zong, apprehensive. If he wasn't worried that fighting would attract other experts, he would have probably attacked and robbed him immediately. Hearing Huang Yi's words, Xiao Yan chuckled and shook his head. I've never heard of that name. But if you want to share my treasure, who do you think you are? As soon as he finished speaking, Xiao Yan flicked his finger and the Earth Demon Puppet appeared. Then, without hesitation, it slammed towards Huang Yi's head. The sudden attack caused Huang Yi's smiling face to instantly turn ugly. He didn't expect this brat to have such a powerful puppet. Sensing a hint of danger from the Earth Demon Puppet, Huang Yi immediately erupted with fiery Dou Qi from his body. In front of him, it condensed into a huge flame cauldron several zhang wide. However, it exploded under the Earth Demon Puppet's straightforward punch. The current Earth Demon Puppet could even fight a 9-star Dou Zong. Huang Yi, only at the 7-star level, was naturally no match for it. Huang Yi retreated rapidly, a look of shock appearing on his face. After this personal encounter, he truly understood the Earth Demon Puppet's power. He was now filled with bitterness. He had originally wanted to use his 7-star Dou Zong strength to intimidate Xiao Yan into yielding and sharing some of the treasure. Now it seemed that whether he could escape safely was a considerable problem. Looking at the Earth Demon Puppet pouncing again, Huang Yi hurriedly said, "Young hero, I was wrong. I'll leave now. The Earth's core soul Marrow is all yours." However, as soon as he finished speaking, he was shocked to find that Xiao Yan had already disappeared. Seeing this, Huang Yi's expression changed drastically. Just as he was about to retreat, a terrifying gust of wind appeared cunningly behind him. The sudden sneak attack startled Huang Yi. He hurriedly tried to block, but Xiao Yan's fist struck him hard in the chest. His body scraped against the ground as he flew several hundred meters before stopping. Looking at the smiling Xiao Yan, Huang Yi quickly retreated a few steps with extreme caution. Only now did he finally realize that if he didn't escape, he would really die there. He quickly took out a spatial scroll and crushed it fiercely. As space distorted, Huang Yi suddenly asked with a grim voice, "Boy, if you dare, tell me your name so I know who defeated me today." Hearing this, Xiao Yan smiled. "Xiao Yan." Hearing the name Xiao Yan, Huang Yi's face instantly stiffened. The day he entered the Pill Realm, he had heard. And that day happened to be the day Xiao Yan fought against the Ice River Valley. How could I run into this monster as soon as I came in? Just as this thought crossed Huang Yi's mind, the surrounding space suddenly erupted with a sharp force, pulling him in. After repelling Huang Yi, Xiao Yan planned to quickly search for the medicinal herbs in the prescription. Refining the Earth's core soul Marrow still required several rare medicinal herbs. Since this pill realm was abundant in natural treasures, he might as well see if he could obtain these herbs. If possible, Xiao Yan speculated that he might be able to break through his soul to the spiritual realm before leaving the pill realm. Then, when he participated in the final pill gathering, his chances of winning the championship would be much higher. Xiao Yan then took out the pill realm map from his storage ring again. After carefully studying it, he finally confirmed his current location and the locations of these 3 items. They appeared to be the 3 locations marked with red circles on the map. I can only go there and have a look now. Shortly after Xiao Yan entered the Pill Realm, he successively found the 1,000-year Emperor Gold, Earth's core soul Marrow, and other natural treasures. However, these were not the 3 medicinal herbs required for the pill gathering selection test. So, Xiao Yan followed the 3 markers on the map and first arrived at the foot of a mountain range called the 10,000 Radiance Mountain Range. Even though he hadn't yet set foot in the mountain range, with his keen soul perception, Xiao Yan could sense that it was not a peaceful place. The magical beasts he encountered on his way there seemed stronger and more ferocious than those outside the Pill Realm. Hundreds of participants had already gathered at the periphery of the 10,000 Radiance Mountain Range. This scene surprised Xiao Yan slightly. When participants met elsewhere, they would either fight each other or flee from each other. He didn't expect that they could coexist peacefully here. What surprised Xiao Yan even more was that Chao Eng, known as the Chao family's demonic woman, and her bootlicking follower, Song Qing, were also there. Song Qing was standing on a boulder, talking to the crowd. It turned out that within the 10,000 Radiance Mountain Range, there were indeed many required items for the participants. However, according to Song Qing, the mountain range contained not only many powerful magical beasts, but also a local overlord, a monstrous beast that had half a foot stepped into the 8th tier. This beast reportedly used special methods to move many natural treasures from the mountain range into its lair, including many of the required items. If they acted alone, unless they reached the Dou Zong level, it would be impossible to get the required items. Therefore, Song Qing suggested that everyone temporarily join forces and cooperate. He stated that before the beast was dealt with, no one should attack their companions. If anyone violated the agreement, they would be attacked by everyone else. Hearing Song Qing's words, a burst of clamor erupted from those around. After pondering for a moment, everyone nodded in agreement. Trying to steal something from a Dou Zong level magical beast alone was no different from throwing an egg at a rock. However, Xiao Yan wasn't swayed by Song Qing's incitement. Although dealing with a magical beast of this level would be quite difficult for him, if these people diverted its attention, he might be able to fish in troubled waters. He could then see if he could seize the opportunity to sneak in. As long as he got the required items, Xiao Yan didn't care what happened to the others. While Xiao Yan was pondering, he saw several figures rushing over from afar. The leading man in white was none other than Chen Xian, the young sect master of the Profound Illusion Sect, with whom he had some previous grievances. Looking at the two old men behind Chen Xian, Xiao Yan frowned slightly. These two old fellows had actually severed their corpses. No wonder Chen Xian was so fearless. Xiao Yan estimated that their strength was much greater than Huang Yi's, probably close to 9-star Dou Zong's. At the same time, Chen Xian, having landed, also spotted Xiao Yan. He immediately revealed a grim smile. "Xiao Yan, your luck doesn't seem to be very good," he said to the two old men. "Kill him." Two powerful douchis surged from the two old men. Xiao Yan was not to be outdone and casually summoned the glazed lotus heart flame. The two sides didn't waste any words and started fighting right away. However, just as the two sides were on the verge of a fierce battle, Qiao Ying and Song Qing slowly stepped forward. Song Qing then spoke to Chen Xian. "Haha, so it's Chen Xian." Seeing Song Qing, Chen Xian also smiled. He obviously knew him and cupped his hands, saying, "I didn't expect to see Brother Song here." Qiao Ying naturally noticed the apparent grudge between Chen Xian and Xiao Yan. She suggested, "Since you're all here, you must be here for the required items in the 10,000 Radiance Mountain range. This place is not safe. So, I suggest you temporarily put aside your grievances and work together to get through this 10,000 Radiance Mountain range. How about that?" Seeing this, Song Qing quickly nodded with a smile. Although he harbored considerable hostility towards Xiao Yan, since Qiao Ying had spoken, he naturally couldn't say much. As for Chen Xian, seeing that even the elite disciple of the Pill Tower had said so, he naturally couldn't continue to pursue the matter. He could only reluctantly give up for now. "For Miss Qiao Ying's sake, I'll let you off the hook this time. But after we get through this 10,000 Radiance Mountain range, you're on your own." Hearing this, Xiao Yan glanced at him indifferently, not paying much attention. Although killing Chen Xian, who was protected by 2 9-star Dou Zongs, was a bit tricky, it wasn't impossible. Seeing this, Song Qing also smiled. "Haha, well said, Brother Chen." Then he turned to Xiao Yan and said, "We still need more people. Since we've met, why don't you join us? Once we defeat the beast, you'll get some benefits for free." Hearing this, a faint sneer appeared on the corner of Xiao Yan's mouth. Looking for a free thug and putting it so nicely. It seems that Song Qing and Chen Xian are clearly birds of a feather. Xiao Yan didn't bother talking nonsense with them and casually waved his hand in refusal. Then he turned and walked towards the foot of the mountain. Xiao Yan's blunt refusal left Song Qing and Qiao Ying stunned. A sinister look flashed across Chen Xian's face. He sneered. "Hee, Brother Song, I told you not to be nice to this kind of person. You're being considerate of him, but he doesn't appreciate it. We should have just attacked earlier and taken care of this kid. It would have saved us the trouble." A grim expression crossed Song Qing's face. Xiao Yan dared to disrespect him in front of Qiao Ying. This made him quite unhappy. Chen Xian seemed to know what Song Qing was thinking. He quietly made a throat-slitting gesture at Song Qing. After seeing Song Qing nod slightly, Chen Xian ordered the two old men to rush towards Xiao Yan. "Boy, you offended the young sect master, and you think you can just walk away like that?" The sudden turn of events surprised everyone present. By the time they reacted, they saw that the two old men's palms were slashing down towards Xiao Yan's neck. However, the expected spurt of blood did not appear. Their combined attack only hit Xiao Yan's afterimage. Seeing this, the two old men's expressions changed instantly. They hurriedly shouted, "Young sect master, be careful." Hearing this, Chen Xian stomped his foot on the ground and shot backward. However, just as he retreated, Xiao Yan suddenly appeared eerily in front of him. His fist, enveloped in glazed lotus heart flame, struck out fiercely. Although Chen Xian managed to block with his iron fan at the critical moment, he was still sent flying, spitting blood. Seeing Chen Xian retreating in an instant, everyone present was stunned. Even Chaoing and Songqing were filled with disbelief. No one expected that when facing such a powerful lineup as Chen Xian's, Xiao Yan would not only not run away, but would also dare to make the first move against Chen Xian after fainting. At the same time, the two old men finally came to their senses. They quickly appeared behind Chen Xian. After being caught by the two, Chen Xian's face was instantly covered in fury. Xiao Yan's punch had truly humiliated him. He roared frantically, "Kill this bastard. I want him to suffer." Continuing from before, Xiao Yan was ambushed by Chen Xian and others in the 10,000 Radiance Mountain range within the Pill Realm. Although the other side had two powerful 9-star Dou Zongs, with Xiao Yan's current 4-star Dou Zong strength and the help of the 3,000 lightning movement, he unexpectedly appeared in front of Chen Xian and sent him flying with a punch. Xiao Yan's punch not only made Chen Xian fall flat on his face, but also utterly humiliated him. He immediately yelled at his two bodyguards, "Kill him. Kill this bastard. I want him to suffer." Hearing this, after exchanging glances, only one of the bodyguards stepped forward. The other remained vigilantly by Chen Xian's side. Xiao Yan's sudden sneak attack earlier had caught them off guard. If it happened again, their young sect master might die on the spot. After glancing at Xiao Yan, the old man who stepped forward grasped a large saber over 20 meters long and charged towards him. Facing the old man's fierce attack, Xiao Yan's expression remained unchanged. He immediately summoned the heavy Xian ruler. Seeing this, the old man sneered. What he found tricky was Xiao Yan's speed. If the opponent chose to confront him head-on, he was confident that with his 9-star Dou Zong strength, he could definitely crush Xiao Yan within 10 exchanges. However, just as the heavy Xian ruler was about to collide with the saber, Xiao Yan's other hand quickly formed seals, activating the first stage of the Heavenly Flame 3 mysterious transformations. The force contained within the heavy Xian ruler surged. Finally, under the old man's shocked gaze, it fiercely collided with the saber. Feeling the pressure from his arm, the old man's expression changed drastically. He couldn't understand why Xiao Yan's strength had suddenly increased so much. Could it be that Xiao Yan had been playing possum from the beginning? As this thought crossed his mind, the force from the heavy Xian ruler suddenly erupted again. Under this force, even he was forced to retreat repeatedly. After pushing back the old man, Xiao Yan instantly charged towards Chen Xian. Seeing this, the other old man roared, "You're courting death." However, before he could make a move, a silver figure suddenly appeared. The earth demon puppet's massive fists came crashing down on him. Seeing this elder being held back, Chen Xian, with a furious expression, finally became terrified. He stomped his foot on the ground and quickly retreated. But his speed, compared to Xiao Yan's, was simply insignificant. Therefore, after only 2 steps, Xiao Yan's cold and murderous face slowly appeared before him. "Did you really think that with someone protecting you, I wouldn't be able to kill you?" Hearing Xiao Yan's chilling words, Chen Xian's expression changed drastically. He immediately surged his Dou Qi and condensed a fiery red blade in his right hand. Then he fiercely slashed towards Xiao Yan's head. The scorching Dou Qi wind even tore a dark crack in space. Seeing this, Xiao Yan's fist, enveloped in glazed lotus heart flame, also struck out fiercely. The clash between fist and blade lasted only for an instant before Chen Xian's Dou Qi defense crumbled under the burning flames. He immediately spat out blood and flew backward. Looking at Chen Xian, who was sprawled on the boulder, his body convulsing uncontrollably, everyone present couldn't help but gulp. Their gazes towards Xiao Yan now held a hint of fear. His ruthless attack was quite a deterrent to them. Xiao Yan had the intention to kill Chen Xian. It was this person who sold his information to the Hall of Souls. Xiao Yan glanced at Chen Xian, who was limp on the boulder, but whose gaze was still fixed on him with resentment. He sneered and charged towards him again. Xiao Yan, corrector of geniuses in the Central Plains, with the strength of a 4-star Dou Zong, beat Chen Xian, the young sect master of the Profound Illusion Sect, into a vegetative state right under the noses of 2 9-star Dou Zongs. Such heaven-defying combat power stunned everyone present. Continuing from before, Xiao Yan was ambushed by Chen Xian and others in the 10,000 Radiance mountain range within the Pill Realm. Despite the presence of 2 powerful 9-star Dou Zongs on the opposing side, Xiao Yan, with his 4-star Dou Zong strength and the 3,000 lightning movement, appeared before Chen Xian and sent him flying with a single punch. The punch not only humiliated Chen Xian, but also left him severely injured. He yelled at his bodyguards, "Kill him! Kill this bastard! I want him to suffer!" After exchanging glances, only one bodyguard stepped forward. The other remained by Chen Xian's side, wary of another sneak attack from Xiao Yan. The advancing bodyguard charged at Xiao Yan with a large saber over 20 meters long. Xiao Yan's expression remained unchanged as he summoned the heavy Xian ruler. The old man sneered, confident in his 9-star Dou Zong strength. Just as the weapons were about to clash, Xiao Yan activated the first stage of the Heavenly Flame 3 mysterious transformations. The force within the heavy Xian ruler surged, shocking the old man and forcing him to retreat. Xiao Yan immediately charged towards Chen Xian. The other bodyguard roared, "You're courting death," but was intercepted by the earth demon puppet. Terrified, Chen Xian retreated, but his speed was no match for Xiao Yan's. "Did you really think that with someone protecting you, I wouldn't be able to kill you?" Xiao Yan asked, his voice cold. Chen Xian's expression changed drastically. He surged his Dou Qi, condensing a fiery red blade and slashing towards Xiao Yan's head, tearing a crack in space. Xiao Yan's fist, enveloped in glazed lotus heart flame, met the blade. Chen Xian's defense crumbled, and he was sent flying back, spitting blood. Everyone watched in stunned silence as Chen Xian convulsed on a boulder. Xiao Yan's ruthless attack filled them with fear. Xiao Yan intended to kill Chen Xian for betraying him to the Hall of Souls. He sneered at Chen Xian, whose resentful gaze remained fixed on him, and charged again. The first bodyguard, having recovered, saw the severely injured Chen Xian and charged at Xiao Yan, roaring, "You dare, boy!" But Xiao Yan seemed to ignore him. Chen Xian's eyes were filled with terror. He was no match for Xiao Yan in his current state. Knowing his life was on the line, Chen Xian shouted, "Xiao Yan, if you dare kill me, the Profound Illusion Sect will never let you go." A sneer crossed Xiao Yan's lips as he looked at the fear-stricken Chen Xian. "In your next life, remember to think about the consequences before you scheme." He brought the heavy Xian ruler down towards Chen Xian's head, intending to kill him. However, Song Qing shouted, "Stop! Earth-fire barrier!" A thick earth barrier appeared in front of Chen Xian. The heavy Xian ruler shattered the barrier, but the impact was lessened, saving Chen Xian's life. However, Xiao Yan secretly channeled dark energy into Chen Xian's lower abdomen. The other bodyguard rushed over. Xiao Yan reflexively swung his heavy Xian ruler, clashing with the oncoming saber. A fierce gust of wind erupted. Xiao Yan turned his gaze towards Song Qing. Unfazed, Song Qing said, "Xiao Yan, Brother Chen has already joined our temporary alliance. You shouldn't have tried to kill him." Xiao Yan chuckled. "So according to you, he's allowed to try to kill me? Brother Song only had people capture you. Aren't you still fine? Isn't that proof? Your ability to distort right and wrong is quite impressive. Don't waste your breath. The people here aren't fools. No one will believe your words. If you're really unhappy, just come at me. I'll take it. An alchemist's skill isn't about fighting and killing. If you're truly capable, I'll be waiting for you at the pill gathering." Xiao Yan ignored Song Qing's harsh words. The bodyguard rushed to Chen Xian's side and roared at Xiao Yan, "Bastard! You severed the young sect master's meridians." Xiao Yan felt no remorse. Chen Xian had tried to kill him multiple times. This was his own fault. As everyone remained silent, Chao Ying stepped forward to mediate. She said that since things had already happened, there was nothing anyone could do. Severed meridians were not incurable. Perhaps they could seek help from the Pill Tower afterward. Seeing Xiao Yan speak, the two Profound Illusion Sect elders calmed down. They couldn't stop Xiao Yan with the Earth Demon Puppet's help. They could only leave the Pill Realm and then think of a way to treat Chen Xian. Xiao Yan smiled sweetly at Xiao Yan. But no matter what, we should focus on obtaining the required items first and passing this selection test. Mr. Xiao Yan, would you be interested in joining us? If we work together, we'll have a better chance of defeating that beast. Thank you for the kind invitation, Miss Qiao, but I'm used to being alone and don't like to work in groups. So, I apologize. Xiao Yan frowned, irritated that Xiao Yan never seemed to give her any face. After cupping his hands towards them, Xiao Yan dashed into the 10,000 Radiance mountain range. Seeing Xiao Yan leave, the two Profound Illusion Sect elders were enraged. You think you can just walk away? They charged towards Xiao Yan with murderous intent. But with the 3,000 lightning movement, Xiao Yan disappeared from their sight. The two elders could only curse him in anger. A man in black at the edge of the crowd, looking in the direction Xiao Yan disappeared, revealed a sinister smile. Xiao Yan, you can't escape.